Could there be peace? Could there be peace in Gaza? Is that even possible? Well, it looks like they're on the verge. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And there is war and rumors of wars, and 800 generals and admirals are being summoned by Pete Hegseth, not to mention disclosure. Layers of disclosure is happening in Supernatural AI Update. This is going to be a crazy night, y'all. Let's go. Come on.
Watching the big picture.
All right, everybody, come on in. Come on in. There she is. There she is. There she is. What happens every week? Come on. Come on. There it is. There it is.
Come on. Technology.
Well, right off the bat, we are representing.
Oh, yeah. See, I told you guys.
Elevate shirts.
Elevate the fire.
Elevate the fire. Come on, come on, come on.
This show's about to flex. Y'all watch out.
Yeah. Going to flex. Woo! We going to flex tonight. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Hey, we had a record-breaking Monday night.
Thanks to you guys.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. Last week was the biggest Monday night we've ever had since we've been doing this show. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And last week, crazy. We're going to get right into the news in just a second. But let me remind you that on last week's show, just 1 week ago, we were trying to ask you to get us to 20,000 subscribers. And guess what? Guess where we're at right now? Right now, we are at 22,842.
I think I just said this show's about to flex.
About to flex. And
wow.
Y'all, that's amazing. And that means that's how many subscribers we've got in 1 week. Because
Sue
the big
and
picture.
Billy say they love the shirts. Thank you, guys. Wow.
Well, tonight we're going to try to get over 23,000. So, like I said, right now we're at 22,842. So, if you're watching our show for the first time ever and you see any value in it tonight, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help us build.
Come on and push us. Look at this. We can do this.
We can do it.
This is doable.
You can do it.
This is doable. We got it.
All right, let's get in the news tonight.
Let's hit it.
All right, so one of the things that was very difficult to see this week was another religious attack. Yeah. Okay, so we know this was a Mormon church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Let me just add real quick. I'm getting real tired of sitting in my church service and my watch starts vibrating, my phone starts vibrating. You don't want to look down, but every once in a while you look down. And this is the second or third time that I've been sitting in service in the last couple of months. And guess what? Shooting at a church.
Yep.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to stop. 40-year-old man drove into Michigan church, opened fire, was shot dead by officers. This is from yesterday. During a Sunday afternoon press conference, police said the Michigan church attacker drove his vehicle into the church building, opened fire, and was shot dead by the officer.
Did you see the video of this church burning?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I got it right here.
Oh my goodness.
This is unbelievable.
Oh.
This is drone footage. He gets out, starts shooting people, douses everything with gasoline, sets it on fire. And of course he was killed by the officers, but the church is completely destroyed.
Yes.
You know what sickening is I did a show earlier today on church violence.
Yes.
The increasing of attacks against Christians.
Right.
And there's people in there going, this wasn't a church, this was a Mormon. I was like, dude, get over yourself. I get that. I understand that they are not, they could be considered a cult by some people and so forth. Right. But there were people in there.
Exactly.
Whether they were worshiping a false god or whatever.
Would it have been more legitimate if they were in a hospital or at a civic center? Seriously?
I mean, come on, show some compassion, man. This was an attack against the Mormon church. Supposedly, you don't know what to believe now, but the narrative is that he was very anti-Mormon. He was saying the Mormons were the Antichrist and all this, but that's here or there, But the bottom line is this: church violence is on the uptick. Yes. If you hadn't watched it, you need to go back and watch my video from earlier today. 7,087 confirmed deaths just in one country in Africa of brutally murdered Christians just for being Christians.
Is this
since January?
Okay, I was going to say, is this a tally for this year?
For this year, 7,087 confirmed dead in Nigeria, pulling them out of the church and killing them, beheading them, all this just because they're Christians. Christians are being killed by the hundreds in Congo, in Uganda. And by the way, they're being killed in France. They're being killed in America. They're being killed everywhere. The most persecuted religion in the world is Christianity, hands down. No, it's not even close. Okay, so let's get into some other news here. These are some things that are very concerning, and we don't really know what this one is about. President Trump, as we reported this past week, has given he started to give a little bit of details, and I'll be honest with you, y'all know I'm gonna say it once again. I'm a Trump supporter, but here lately, I mean, I'm just like, dude, do you expect me to believe what you're saying? Okay, so he's giving details. It's on this rare and urgent military meeting in Virginia. Gateway Pundit reported last week the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, ordered all the United States top military commanders to gather on Tuesday, tomorrow. This is when this is going down, at Marine Corps Base in Quantico, Virginia. Hegseth urgently announced the meeting on Thursday of last week and originally gave no details on the subject matter. Officials within the Pentagon have since revealed Hegseth's plan to give a speech, listen to this, on war ethos, and will outline the military's new direction under the Trump administration. President Trump broke his silence on the meeting and shared it really is just a very nice meeting, talking about how well we're doing militarily, talking about being in great shape. He added, the expression is spirit de corps. That's what it's all about. We're talking about what we're doing, what they're doing, and how we're doing it. The Independent further reported that President Trump will be present during the meeting. Now I want to ask you a question. Ooh. I want to ask you, and I want to ask the live chat, okay, and the Big Picture family. Our government has to have the most secure video conferencing technology in the world. How could we not? And yet you're going to pull the highest ranking generals and admirals and their immediate staff, not just from around the country, but from every place in the world, including the conflicts of wars that we're in a room to just say, you're doing a great job. This is amazing what you're doing, and we're going to do even better. Now, everybody go back. And by the way, the commander-in-chief is here with the Secretary of War, and I've brought you all into a place that if somebody wanted to drop something, every commander in the entire world is there. Let's take that chance. Let's all get together, and let's just say, great job. Now, go back out on the field. I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
First of all, it sounds like you described an episode of Designated Survivor.
Yeah, right.
The first one, to be exact.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people have that same question that you just asked about why we can't, do video conferencing and so forth. But here, I think, are two things to tag on to that. We just had the change of labeling, if you want to call it that, to Department of War, correct?
Yes.
Also, earlier this summer, what did we have? A military parade.
Yes.
How often do those take place?
Actually, never in my lifetime.
Okay. Number one, I would like to say I have heard this has a history of happening before the declaration of war.
Of war, yeah.
Also, who was it, Russia and China? Or was it just one country like last week or the week before also had military parades?
I don't know, but hey, wow.
So,
not to mention one of the things on that timeline is, and I detailed it in a show that I did last week on this very subject, what you're talking about is the timeline of getting us to this place where we're at. Yes. One of those things is right after he was declared the Secretary of War, the Pentagon sent down a memo and changed the entire press rules to where you could not just walk the halls like you had before. You had to have special access, meaning everything's about to be top secret.
Very good point.
So
very
look,
good point.
I'm also not stupid enough to believe that they're not going to tell us if it's a major war thing they're going to talk about. They're not going to get on and tell us
Even if they said that, they're not going to give us details.
No, I don't want them to.
I don't want them to. Not under this administration. Nobody. I don't think any administration ever should have. But Trump has come out and said that. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, maybe they were lying or just seeding us or whatever. But we've heard these types of things in other administrations.
Yes, we have.
About details, about, Geraldo out there in the field, just about getting supposedly his head blown off, whatever.
Yeah.
It was probably just, more theatrics for TV. But yeah. So all of this, and
it just feels like that we are moving towards something really, really big.
Well, if we're not, they're making a lot of steps to at least make us think we are, right?
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to watch this or have time to listen to it before tonight's show. We still only have 24 hours in a day. I don't know. I'm vying for 1 or 2 more hours so I can get more done, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I didn't get to listen to this video, but I think one of the latest Hodges videos is he believes they're going to talk about 3-Eye Atlas at this meeting.
Well, funny you should say that. I was going to say that as well.
You were going to say that?
Not now, but I was going to say that.
So that's his theory. Yep. And I didn't get to watch this video, so I don't know where he was going with that. But what do you think about that?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
But first, we're going to go right here. Is what is really going down at the enigmatic Quantico conclave. I just want to read a little bit of this.
BP. Good evening, BP.
What's up, BP? U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has issued an urgent directive summoning approximately 800 military officers. This is just rehashing what we know. The official narrative is that it's going to be a focus on standards and ethos. According to Pentagon spokesman, the meeting will feature a brief address by Secretary Hegseth emphasizing themes central to his tenure: military grooming standards, professional conduct, and the cultivation of warrior ethos. We'll call them all in. The generals and the admirals, we're going to call them all in to just say, hey, don't forget the military grooming standards and don't forget our professional conduct. Okay, so the choice of Quantico at the venue is fitting, home of the Marine Corps University, various training facilities, blah, 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 blah. Logistical nightmares and security issues. The directive has sparked practical concerns within military circles. Pulling hundreds of leaders from their posts disrupts ongoing operations, from counter-narcotics efforts in the Caribbean to deployments in Europe and the Middle East. Travel cost alone will run into the millions, not to mention the strain on families and units left in limbo. Security experts warn that concentrating so much brass in one location creates a prime target for adversaries, be they terrorists, protesters, or state actors. While fortified, Quantico still isn't impervious. One analyst quipped that it would be a nightmare for protective details. Then it goes on. Speculation ranges from benign team-building exercises like a group fitness test, which is insane to me, to more ominous possibilities such as mass firings of officers deemed insufficiently aligned with the administration's vision. Diving into the conspiracy theories, some people are saying this has to deal with oaths to even coups. While official channels downplay the drama, the internet and social media have erupted with conspiracy theories, painting the Quantico meeting as a harbinger of something far more sinister. On platforms like X, users draw historical parallels to chilling precedents. One prominent voice, retired General Ben Hodges, evoked the 1935 Assembly of German Generals in Berlin, where they were forced to swear personal oaths to Adolf Hitler, voiding prior loyalties to the Weimar Constitution. Most generals took the new oath and kept their positions. Hodges noted, implying a similar loyalty test could be afoot under Hegseth. This is among the more ludicrous theories because there is zero chance anyone would do it. These are admirals and generals who have built a career around defending the Constitution. They would not bend the knee to anything or anyone else, even to President Trump, let alone Pete Hegseth. So it continues, and it says that even mainstream outlets like The Hill and Politico note the, quote, mystery and, quote, speculation, with Vice President J.D. Vance and President Trump offering conflicting statements on the significance. More concerning theories abound. Some suggest the gathering could be a setup for a bioweapons attack, targeting dissenting officers, or even the entire group to create a national crisis. Quote, bioweapons are covert, often delayed onset, insidious. Others tie it to global tensions, posting that Hegseth is rallying the military for imminent war, perhaps against Venezuela, given recent U.S. buildups in Puerto Rico, or in response to alliances forming between China, Russia, and North Korea. A storm is coming. And it goes on and on and on. So there's all kinds, when you're that secretive, you're going to have all kinds of conspiracy theories.
Well, okay, so you say secretive, but we've announced to the world with how many days advance that these 800 very important people are all going to be in location.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, at least a couple of people in chat were like, yeah, something's up. Something's going on.
Something is up.
We would all like to know.
Yeah.
But we're probably not going to know.
We will not know. Mm-hmm. We will not know. And this completely conjecture here, completely our opinion.
Right.
There's no way we can know this, but I just don't see that many people being drawn into a location to where you don't have to worry about being hacked. It feels like they were concerned about China or Russia being able to hack a communication that Hegseth wants to make to it. Now, we're going to get into it in just a minute, as we get on down into the news about 3i Atlas, possibly be a part of this. We would never know that. I can guarantee that. But I believe it has to do with something that's a war footing, as well as it may also, I really have a gut feeling there is going to be something said about disclosure.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there.
Did you think I was going to say that word?
I thought you were going to say UFOs.
No, well, same thing.
The same thing, right?
Because look, the drones are back. They're flying all over Denmark. They're flying over, and the governments are saying, once again, we do not know what they are. The drones are back, whatever those supposed drones are. And now we have the new Tic Tac video where the fire missile hit it, bounced right off.
Right.
I believe that is going to be something to do with something about war, probably Venezuela or something like that, some kind of invasion. But it is so, just my gut tells me it's so important and so top secret that they know that China's listening. They know that Russia's listening, and we cannot afford for them to hear this. That's just what I feel.
BP says Atlas, the Black Knight satellite are about to become
okay. Come on,
news.
Come on, yeah.
So okay, I want to say this. As hard as the government, going back
the heartland
how
of America,
many years have resisted even first acknowledgement that there's anything out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Lie, deny, lie, deny, lie, deny. If they were to come out and say something,
yeah, well, they're not going to say.
My mind says you're about to see them over several cities if they were to actually say anything. Because
if they say anything, it's because it's the end.
It's the end because they're going to do what they've always done: lie, deny, lie, deny.
Yeah.
They're going to pull your attention away. It's just going to be deception.
So, BP is saying Atlas, the Black Knight satellite are about to become news. Y'all, there is that 3i Atlas is weird. I watched a video. I'm going to show you a video tonight from the so-called expert on it. Some of the things that he says about it. He actually, what's the girl's name? Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
Or not Punky Brewster, the other one.
Maya Bialik.
Is she the one that was on?
Is she from?
She was on Big Bang.
Yeah, maybe.
So she's got a podcast, and she's interviewing this expert on 3i Atlas.
Michio Kaku?
No. He's not. He's not the expert on this. This other guy, I don't know who he is. He's Jewish or something. I'll show it to you in a minute. But
Avi Loeb?
Yeah, no, it's not anybody we've ever had here before. You probably don't.
So let me ask you this before you go into that. I did hear Hodges say, and I probably heard some others say, that it appears something has struck 3i Atlas, and there's a piece. I don't know, but I don't know any details, but when he said that, my mind went to the movie Deep Impact, where, they were trying to fire.
Is that the one that was trying to hit it or land on it?
That's
what's the
Armageddon.
One? Armageddon, yeah.
And
trying to land
they
on
did land on it. But so because in that movie, they were trying to break it into several smaller pieces, correct?
Right, yeah.
So my mind went to that, I'm a child of the 80s. So.
Well, I was just about to say this.
We're always going to find a song or a movie for every occasion.
I was about to say this, but I looked over and BP said it as well. Everybody is saying that it is getting brighter.
Okay.
This light, y'all, it has a headlight. It's not a tail light. It's a headlight.
Exactly.
It's got a bright LED tail headlight, and it just got clicked to high beams.
It's under intelligent control.
It just got clicked to high beams.
It's another scout like our Mua, right? I don't know.
Well, there's other things going on in the world. We'll come back to 3i Alice in just a minute.
A few other things happening.
There's going to be a shutdown. Can I just say this? If you're a government worker, I'm sorry, but I'm just about done with worrying about shutdowns. Shutdowns are things
the fifth one in a row.
Yeah, I mean, they just happen. They try to scare you that it's just going to be so horrible, but then the government goes on, then they come back together and they fix it and they hold it for another several months. I'm just almost done with hearing people about, if we don't do this, the government's going to shut down. I'm sorry for government employees. I really genuinely mean this if that affects you, but maybe the government needs to shut down.
Well,
to some of it.
What is the risk or the legitimacy to people believing this is going to turn into them losing their job?
I don't think any risk.
Permanent losing.
No, I think losing the job is, I'm going to show you a news article in just a minute where there's going to be thousands of people that are going to quit if they go to the shutdown, but they're going to take the buyout offer. And they're saying that's going to be their form of protest. But I want to show you why we are here. Okay. This is the same microphone, same meeting. The Democrats come out to the microphone. The Republicans come out to the microphone. This is why we'll never, ever, ever stop having shutdowns and the threats of shutdowns. They literally happen within minutes of each other.
And black and brown communities throughout this country. And that crisis is happening right now. And that's why we believe there is urgency to both keeping the government open, reaching a bipartisan spending agreement that actually meets the needs of the American people in terms of their health, their safety, their economic well-being and quality of life, while also addressing the dangerous Republican healthcare crisis.
We laid out to the president some of the consequences of what's happening in healthcare. And by his face and by the way he looked, I think he heard about them for the first time. The closing of rural hospitals. The fact that so many clinics are closing. And I don't know if he knew this before, but the fact that people will pay $4,000 more a year, $400 more a month, close to $5,000 more a year on their health care premium.
Obamacare.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know in the live chat and in the comments, if you're watching this on replay, what happened to your insurance premium if you were not getting it free and you had to pay for it? What happened to your premium?
Yeah. Did the dream become a nightmare?
It skyrocketed for me and everybody that I know. All right, so I'm not going to bore you with the rest of that. So then, right after that, here comes J.D. Vance.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We just had a very frank conversation with the Senate and House Democratic leadership. Look, the principle at stake here is very simple. We have disagreements about tax policy, but you don't shut that government down. We have disagreements about healthcare policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. You don't say the fact that you disagree about a particular tax provision is an excuse for shutting down the people's government and all the essential services that come along with it. If you look at what Chuck Schumer has said in the past consistently, it's whatever our disagreements are, let's negotiate with them. Let's talk about them. Let's figure out a bipartisan solution, but you don't shut the government down. In other words, you don't put a gun to the American people's head and say, unless you do exactly what the Senate and House Democrats want you to do, we're going to shut down your government. That's exactly what they're proposing out there. Now, we have to remember, they're very frustrated. They say that they're very frustrated about the fact that this negotiation has not taken place until today. But if you look at the original thing they did with this negotiation, it was a $1.5 trillion spending package, basically saying to the American people, we want to give massive amounts of money, hundreds of billions of dollars to illegal aliens for their health care, while Americans are struggling to pay their health care bills. That was their initial foray in this negotiation. We thought it was absurd. We told them it was absurd, and now they come in here saying that if you don't give us everything that we want, we're going to shut down the government. We think that's preposterous. We think it's totally unacceptable, and we think the American people are going to suffer because these guys won't do the right thing. Now, I want to make one final point here. You will hear a lot from Senate Democrats, from House Democrats about the fact that American healthcare policy is broken. Well, we know that American healthcare policy is broken. We've been trying to fix it for the 8 months that we've been in office, but every single thing that they accuse about being broken about American healthcare is policy that Democrats have supported for the past decade. So if they want to talk about how to fix American healthcare policy, let's do it. The Speaker would love to do it. The Senate Majority Leader would love to do it. Let's work on it together. But let's do it in the context of an open government that's providing essential services to the American people. That's all that we're proposing to do. And the fact that they refuse to do that shows how unreasonable their position is. I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind, but we're going to see. I'll let the Speaker...
So Vice President J.D. Vance said it looks like we're headed to a shutdown.
Yeah, here we go.
So you got tomorrow, you've got all these guys, these generals and admirals meeting in a closed meeting to discuss something crazy that we just covered. And then by the end of this week, we're going to shut the government down. I mean, what is the world about to look like? We need to elevate the fire is what we need to do.
We need to elevate the fire for sure. True that. But as bad as it is here, man, look at other places in the world. I mean, they are
it's true.
Going bananas in other parts of the world. So I don't like a lot of things that are happening here. I don't like a lot of things that I see and hear, but I'm still so thankful for my country.
Yes. You know what else I'm thankful for? LarryRagland.com.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for LarryRagland.com. I love my new website here. The remnant is rising. Are you a part of the remnant? Are you a part of the remnant? Or do you believe that you are a part of, God said you were trusted to live here right now. So be the voice, raise your voice. Don't back down. You don't go woke, but be awake. That's what the theme is. Go to LarryRagland.com. And when you go there, you'll see it's an awesome website. I love it. But the main thing I want you to do is I want you to go there and get your free gift. Top right-hand corner of that yellow banner, click get your free gift.
Yes.
You're going to get a form that's going to pop up. It's totally free. Many of you have already downloaded it. All you're going to do is join our mailing list where I can send out some stuff to you, private things that I don't say, I'm not able to say on the website. Your name and your email, that's it. You're going to get a PDF. You're going to get something called the Burning Generation, and you'll understand what that means. We're elevating the fire. We're all about the fire right now. So just
got a little theme going.
Got a little thing going.
Just a little.
We've had a little bit experience with fire lately. If you've been following us, if you're new to us, you don't know about it. But one more thing, we're trying to get over. Let's see, we are trying to get over 23,000. It's growing. We're at 22,846. If you're new to our channel, just go ahead and subscribe. You don't ever have to watch again. Just help us get over 23,000 tonight. We sure would appreciate it. So we are growing as we're speaking. Last week, we were trying to get over 20,000. And here we are at 22,846. And that is all because of the people.
So thankful.
The big picture family. And that is all right. So now, here's the thing. If you want any more good news, here's the thing. Mark of the Beast is here.
Already? Is it in my phone?
No, it's not clapping. This is what I should have done.
Yeah.
Sorry, hit the wrong one.
Oh, is it Jans? What's his name?
That's the Prime Minister of UK.
Jens.
No, that's not his name. That's not his name. His name is, what is his name? It's not that. Starmer. His name is Starmer.
Yeah, that's his last
What did you say?
His name is Jens or Jan Starmer.
Really? It's Jans? Are you serious? Okay, whatever. But listen to what he says, y'all. Some of you have already seen this, but some of you have not seen this. He says you will not work in the United Kingdom without a digital ID.
In what's being called Orwellian, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer just announced mandatory digital IDs. Take a look.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work.
The good thing is it's free of charge. Did you catch that? It's free of charge. We're not going to charge you for it. It's free of charge.
By the charge digital, I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament.
Wow.
Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
British civil.
It's as simple as that. Let me spell it out for you. You will not be permitted to work in the United Kingdom without a digital ID.
Yeah, deal with it, people.
Unbelievable.
What is it? They used to say whatever happens over in Europe, we're about 20 years behind that. Well,
that's sped up.
I think we've sped up.
No, that's gone.
Massively.
That's gone.
I don't want to see that here, but come on. We know that's where it's going.
Well, that's where it's going. And here's where it is. You know, when we were kids and when most people that are watching this grew up, they heard about the mark of the beast. They heard about, you know, that no man could buy or sell without a mark. We didn't understand how in the world that was going to work. We thought it was going to be some kind of chip or whatever. But here's the reality. When you hear a man say, you will not be permitted to work, listen what that really means. I want to break it down for you. If you can't work, you don't have money.
No.
If you don't have money, you can't buy.
Sure.
It's the precursor for the mark of the beast. The digital ID, we are hearing the United Kingdom roll out how it's going to work. So it starts off with you will not be able to have a job without this.
Right.
Second is because the moment you give them a digital ID and admit to that, you tie everything about you to that ID.
Exactly. That's why I think we should have gone much farther with that statement. It's not just you can't buy food or buy clothes. You can't buy a car, take a flight, get an apartment, buy a house, everything. All of those things.
All of those things. So I want to read a little bit of this article here. Speaking of the World Economic Forum, this year, 2025, beginning of this year, and we got one coming up in January. Very interesting to see what that one's going to be like. But Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez presented a vision for the digital future that should send a chill down the spine of every free citizen. Framed as a solution to online harms, his proposal is in reality a blueprint for digital control, perfectly aligned with the globalist agenda of the World Economic Forum. What Sanchez said, he called for an end to online anonymity, demanding that every social media profile in Europe be linked to a state-issued European digital identity wallet. This was in January. He compared the internet to public streets, arguing that just as one cannot drive without a license plate, one should not post online without a state-verified ID.
Wow.
What Sanchez is really saying is he's declaring that the digital public square, the last truly global space for free unvetted discourse, must be brought under the direct supervision of the state. Fighting misinformation is what remember the number one most dangerous thing?
Yeah.
At 2 years ago?
Misinformation and disinformation.
Above climate and everything. They put out that list. The number one most dangerous thing facing the world was misinformation and disinformation. So look what he says here. Fighting misinformation is code for establishing a verifiable identity for dissent. Under this system, any opinion deemed inconvenient by the authorities can be traced directly back to the citizen who voiced it. Ending cyber harassment is the pretext for ending digital privacy. The principle that one can speak without fear of state retribution is being reclassified as impunity. And it goes on and on and on. It says the ultimate goal of the WEF's Great Reset and digital ID agenda is not safety, but control.
Control, sure.
It creates a system where participation in modern society is contingent on accepting a government-issued digital leash.
Sure.
The threat of being banned or prosecuted for undefined crimes will inevitably lead to self-censorship, silencing legitimate criticism, and neutralizing opposition.
I feel like
it's 1984.
I feel like we've said hundreds and hundreds of times on this show, control. It's about control. They want to control
Absolutely.
You. Control, limit. But we talked about it recently, maybe even last week, that is it in United Kingdom, people are being arrested every day.
Yeah.
Just for comments they make on social media platforms.
Or even sharing something or even liking it.
Yes, like going it to your home, knocking the door down and dragging you out, picking you up on the street, whatever. This is, if you lived there, if you were a citizen there, which not really citizens, you're subjects. If you're in the UK, you're a subject, not a citizen. What are these people? What is it? What is a day in the life like?
Well, you were talking about as the UK goes, we're 10 years, said 10 years, 20 years, used to say that.
Right.
But here's the thing. What we're really following is China.
Yes.
The United Kingdom is following China. The social credit system's been in place for a while.
Yes.
To where if you were not a good citizen, you couldn't even buy a Snickers bar. They would just turn your money off.
Yes.
And it's
turn your privileges off.
Yeah, that's where this is going.
But look,
that's why they want everything digital.
Think about our country and society, how the Karens and the
no disrespect to Karens that are watching.
Just think about how you were trying to be pushed into a box socially.
Yes.
If you thought a certain way, or you couldn't have an idea or a thought about certain things if it wasn't aligned with the way a certain group of people think. And quite frankly, thought police is a very dangerous thing. It's a form of control.
And it is a very real thing. Yes. So this is the actual audio of this dude that I just read when he was talking to the World Economic Forum.
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media. In our countries, no one can walk the streets with a mask on their face or drive a car without a license plate. No one can send packages without showing an ID or buy a hunting weapon without giving their name. And yet, we are allowing people to roam freely on social networks without linking their profiles to a real identity. This paving the way for misinformation, hate speech, and cyber harassment.
Wow.
Because it is facilitating the use of bots, and it is allowing people to act without being held accountable for their actions.
Wow.
Such an anomaly cannot continue. In a democracy, citizens have the right to privacy, not to anonymity or impunity. Because with those two, social coexistence would be impossible. That is why I believe we must push forward the principle of pseudonymity as the functioning element of social media, and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet. This way, citizens could use nicknames if they want, but in the case of a crime, public authorities would be able to connect those nicknames to real people and hold them responsible. Because accountability is not an obstacle to freedom of speech. It is an essential complement to it. On social media user, or it's much better to say, one social media user, one real ID. This is the only way to really ensure that minors do not access inappropriate content, that people who commit crimes are banned or prosecuted from social networks, and that the millions of fake profiles
prosecuted from social networks, meaning we will sentence you in the social realm that you can't do this anymore. No social media for you.
That exist and influence the public conversation are removed. My second proposal is to force.
Notice how he loves that word force. He's used force at least 3 or 4 times. This is interesting here. This is called the black box. This is his second proposal that this article covered. I'm going to back it up just a little bit because you got to hear this part right here about the black box.
Open the black box of social media algorithms once and for all.
Did you understand what he just said? He said, first, it's the digital ID. Second, my proposal, World Economic Forum, is open the black box of social media, meaning force every social media platform to make their algorithm, how it works, available to us in the government so we can okay the algorithm.
Watch and monitor.
Yes, so
everything.
So we can know why and how you show content to people and approve it. So we not only we want to approve identity, they are proposing full control, not just of you, but full control of the companies as well. We want to have total access to the algorithms, total access to the identity of everyone on your platform. This is the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the mark of the beast.
Sure.
CJ was in there. He made a great point. He said, "What are you literally, dude, equating words with buying a gun?" But that's what he just said. Mm-hmm. You can't go buy a gun without an ID. But yet he's saying, then you should not be able to say what you want to say on the internet without an ID.
Right. And man, as upset and angry as we are about this, what percentage of people do you think saw this?
Right. They don't know anything about it.
How many of those do you think really understood what was being said?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wow. This, I promise you, remember we teach you all the time here. The World Economic Forum is the narrative creator of the world. So if it is said there, the whole world tries their best to line up with what is said there. You don't say it there unless you have been given approval, prior approval to say it, especially if it's landmark things like this. Right. So this was the World Economic Forum choosing this dude to go out there and say, okay, we're going to put it out there. We're going to do a little bit slow, but 2030 is coming.
Yes.
2030 is coming. People, let me tell you, the world is so chaotic right now. We forgot all about Agenda 2030.
Exactly.
They haven't forgot about it.
They have not forgot about it.
It is coming.
And like you said, they are being very intentional with their words. I don't think 2 years ago you would have heard the use of the word force.
No.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Maybe not even last year. But in one speech, we're hearing it over and over again. Force.
Yeah. Force the individual and force the company.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the way he fixes it all, at the very end, he says, this is the only way to protect the children. That's how you do it. You throw the kids in there and everybody's like, okay, you're right.
Sadly,
we got to protect the kids.
Sadly, the children need to be protected from people like him.
Like him. That deserves this.
Oh, boy.
Let us know in the live chat what you think about that. Is this now the precursor? This is truly the precursor of the mark of the beast. I'm telling you right now it is. Some of y'all need to start reading your Bible again. You need to get your Bible out and start reading it. Listen, this is not just some nursery rhyme old book written by old men. This is the Word of God, and it is once again being proven, even though it was 2,000 plus years ago when John wrote about it in Revelation. We are literally watching it happen.
Yeah. This is a tightly tuned machine. It's the mechanism that's going to be used, the technology, the mechanism, the intention that's going to be used to provide this type of control of what you're talking about.
Exactly.
The mark of the beast.
Look at this headline. Former MI5 chief warns that Russia already here as UK assailed by cyber attacks and sabotage.
Like the Russians are here.
Yes.
Like
in the UK. War with Russia is already on Britain's doorstep as evidenced by cyber attacks, sabotage, arson, and other hostile activity orchestrated by Vladimir Putin. A former head of MI5 declared, said that this person who led the domestic spy agency 2 decades ago says she agrees with analysts who cautioned Moscow was at war with the West as the communist allies show similar intent in inviting World War III. Be ready for war with China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea in 5 years, warns the UK. I'm going to read this again.
Does that really mean next year?
Well, yeah, that's probably what it means. But this was January 16, 2024.
Oh.
Is when this was posted.
That's now.
Okay. So, yeah. So the Guardian reports that Lady Manningham Buller argued the situation had changed since the invasion of Ukraine and the various things I read about the Russians that they've been doing here. Sabotage, intelligence collections, attacking people, and so on. Speaking on a podcast in which she was interviewed by Lord Speaker John McFall, she then referenced Russia expert Fiona Hill, who advised President Donald Trump during his first term as U.S. president and co-authored the UK Strategic Defense Review. She explained, I think she may be right in saying we're already at war with Russia. It's a different sort of war, but the hostility, the cyber attacks, the physical attacks, the intelligence work is extensive. The Guardian notes Pat McFadden, cabinet member and minister, said last year Russia had stepped up its cyber attacks against the UK. Hackers have targeted a string of British businesses. While the source of these attacks can take time to detect, many are suspected to have originated in Russia. Ukraine, Russia issues warning that Britain is too deep in this conflict. So it goes on and on and on that, you know, for a while they've been saying that this is happening, but now they're admitting it. And, you know, you're talking about digital ID, you're talking about these kind of things. And you know what he says, the prime minister, when he says that, he goes on to say, this is because of immigration. You know, they've had open borders. There's entire cities that are now Muslim, just like there's cities in America now that are almost entirely Muslim. And he's saying, we need to know who's in our country. So this is for your safety, because if you work a job, you got to have a digital ID. So therefore, we know, are you an immigrant? Are you from a native that's born here? So it's always for your good. And now we've got, and all this is being said, which is very serious, very, very serious, but in some ways also a distraction from a bigger issue, war. There is literally talks of war all over this planet.
Yes.
And we're being pulled in so many different directions that we can't even digest the possibility that there really is a global war trying to happen right now.
You are absolutely right. I mean, so we're 2 years and 7 months into this Ukrainian thing, right?
Yes, yes.
We've been sending troops to the Middle East for almost that duration of time. There's this Venezuelan thing going on. There is growing dislike, if not hatred, of the United States of America from France and even Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, who saw that coming?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like you said, it's incalculable. You cannot even keep up with the conflicts or the threats or whatever's going on. You just can't even.
Exactly. And then cue this. Is it just a coincidence that the comet 3I Atlas is storming through our solar system just as World War III is ramping up? I mean, you do have to ask yourself a question.
Is it appearing as a herald? Is it heralding war? I don't know.
There are people that are even suggesting that this is, what do they call that? Blue Beam? Project Blue Beam?
Project Blue Beam? Oh, that it's not even real.
That it's not even real.
Like not a hologram, but a projection.
Yeah. But people are saying that you can see it with your own telescope. I want to know if anybody has a telescope that's seen it yet. But
I want to see it in my telescope.
Well, I heard today that you could, so we'll try to find it.
Okay.
But let's just read a little bit of this here. Does anyone else think that it is odd that a giant comet named 3I Atlas, which I can't say 3I Atlas without saying 3I AI Atlas. Remember when L.A. Marzulli said that? He said 3AI Atlas.
Yeah, but then he said, it's a third eye Atlas.
That's right. He said,
it's your third eye.
It's a third eye Atlas and the 3AI Atlas and all this kind of stuff.
3AI Atlas.
3I Atlas has suddenly appeared at the exact same time that World War III seems to have arrived. Another way that 3I can be rendered is 111. Woo! World War III. According to Wikipedia, an atlas is a bundle of maps on Earth or a contingent region of the Earth. In other words, it is a collection of maps in the world on top of everything else. This guy's going deep. It is interesting to note that the planet that 3I Atlas will come closer to than any other planet is the planet Mars. On October 3rd, it will pass Mars at a distance of just 0.9 AU. Needless to say, Mars was the Roman god of war. Perhaps all of this is just a coincidence, but if it is, it sure is a very strange one. At this moment, a direct conflict between NATO and Russia is dangerously close European leaders have warned that they may shoot down Russian aircraft if they violate NATO airspace again. And in response, the Russians have warned that shooting down the aircraft will mean war. Of course, the Russians have no intention of curtailing their air assaults on Ukraine. In fact, we witnessed one of the biggest air assaults in the war so far. U.S. military said Russia had launched 595 drones and 48 missiles overnight, and its air defense shot down 568 drones and 43 missiles. So it goes on and on and on. So this author is just saying, is this a distraction? Was it always up there? And then we finally just talk about it now.
We needed a distraction. So, oh my goodness. Look at this.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel. It's an atlas. Forget about all this war stuff and these digital IDs. There's an atlas.
So
3 eyes.
What is that other comment?
I don't know.
What is the name of that? God, there's so much stuff. I can't even keep up with it anymore. There's another object out there that they're talking about in the news. But did that article say when it's supposed to make its closest?
I think we can get to that in this video we're going to show.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we got a little video we're going to show. I just wanted to show you that it's just, we're talking about war, and then all of a sudden, this guy just says, is this a coincidence? Speaking of war,
exactly.
It's just crazy to me. But people are saying that we're going to war with Venezuela.
Well,
who saw that? Who had that on their bingo card?
Yeah, for real. And honestly, was the president acting fully within his? I mean, we shot a boat out of.
What did I say? Somebody's making fun of me. What did I say? Somebody said rapping or ramping up. I think Larry had a slip of the tongue.
Oh.
No. I didn't have a slip of the tongue because I was thinking about rapping. 3-eye atlas is coming. Actually, I did slip up and say the wrong thing.
Okay.
Ramping up. Sorry. I was just looking over outside.
Stop provoking him.
White horse.
We're trying to shut the whole rapping thing down. Stop provoking him.
It's in my DNA, baby. It's in my DNA. Yeah.
Mm.
But look at this.
Anyway.
U.S. prepares strike on Venezuela drug networks as military presence grows in the Caribbean. Reports indicate the Trump administration is actively developing plans for targeted military actions against drug operations within Venezuela. According to sources familiar with the matter, these operations could involve drone strikes aimed at cartel leaders, members, and production facilities, potentially starting within weeks. While the president has not yet given final approval, the move aligns with a broader push to dismantle networks flooding the United States with illegal narcotics. This development builds on President Trump's longstanding stance against Maduro's regime. During his address to the United Nations, Trump declared MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. I got close. Venezuela, by the way, as terrorist organizations. So, yeah. So, look, it's just strange to me that all of a sudden he just decides to start shooting boats out of the water and then taking militaries down there. There seems to be more going on than just drugs.
That's what I was getting at a few moments ago.
Yeah, it just seems I don't trust any of it.
No.
There's more going on than just drugs. Man, they've been knowing the drugs coming across that water forever. And all of a sudden, that country, no, there's something else going on.
Yeah.
I think by the way, don't forget, it's one of the most oil-rich countries in the world.
Something going on, and they don't want to tell you.
How many wars have we gone in for for oil? Think about that. How many times have we invaded a country for oil?
Yeah, how dependent are we still on oil in this age of the green gospel and
that's good. That's
going
gone.
green?
And with AI, need more power. That's gone.
Exactly.
Green Deal's dead. Green Deal's dead.
We gotta have this.
But if they win the presidency next, it'll be back with a vengeance. Trump authorizes troops to protect Portland ICE facilities from Antifa. Threats have been coming against bomb threats and all this, and it's really dangerous to be an ICE agent right now.
Right.
President Trump has authorized the use of troops to protect Portland, Oregon, and any immigration and customs enforcement facilities that are under siege from attacks by Antifa. Trump took to Truth Social on Saturday morning to announce the action. At the request of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I'm also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He loves to say that. But we found out today that over the weekend, ICE agents in full military garb was walking the streets of Chicago as well. You sent me that video. That is authorized. That was fact checked. So
what was it? Dallas, where there was an attack and at least one person died?
On the ICE facility?
Right.
I
mean, it's just, I hate to say it. Even I'm becoming a little numb to all of these attacks. And I don't like it because this is our reality. But even when we're trying to keep up with this, it's so much to keep up with, and it's so much coming so fast of actual gun violence and people being unalived that you do get a little desensitized. And I'm trying to not, and it's still happening.
Somebody from Australia is saying, I thought ICE was about drugs. No, ICE is about immigration enforcement. Now, drugs are involved in that. They will arrest him because of drugs being trafficked. But ICE in America is the immigration and customs enforcement.
Yes.
All right. So Hegseth orders 200 National Guards troops to Portland. State Dems immediately flip out and take action. So there's fighting in the streets. You see Antifa is there. On Saturday, President Trump authorized the use of that force to quell the never-ending drama in Portland. Man, I tell you, we got some people that live in Portland that watch us.
Yes.
You are warriors that you stay in Portland. It is amazing what goes on there. It has been the site of many Antifa riots. The recent violent action against ICE facilities, and don't forget numerous Black Lives Matter outbursts during 2020 George Floyd riots. They vandalized the federal Mark O. Hatfield U.S. courthouse and were accused of arson, destruction, and attacks. I mean, they took over the city. They started a whole new city.
Right.
So yeah, they're in the streets today chanting, "Our city, our city. This is our city." Antifa was, get out, our city. No, it's just insane what's coming. So this is what they're talking about. Oregon sues Trump administration over unlawful federalization of National Guard. They sue them to keep them away from taking their streets back.
Right.
It's just insane. I don't get the thinking of the left. I don't understand how they rationalize their belief system.
No.
I don't get it.
Well, I don't think that they are completely to blame, but a lot of these liberal ideas have brought us to where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, several years ago when they wanted to get rid of all the police in the Northwest and the craziness that ensued after that, I mean, that was hard to watch.
It really was.
And I cannot imagine being a person that lived in either one of those areas. What were the two cities? They changed the name to Chaz.
Oh, yeah,
Chad.
Chaz. Yeah, Chaz.
To be there.
Seattle.
And all of that,
Yeah. Well, there's some pastors there that we know that are really taking a stand.
They're fighting a good fight.
And they have death threats. One pastor from Seattle, I think he's from Seattle, maybe it's Portland, Oregon, but he had to leave his home, and he's living in an undisclosed location as a pastor because his life, his wife, and his children's lives have been threatened.
Is this the Donaldsons?
No.
But
they've been threatened too. But this is Russell.
Okay.
I can't think of his last name right now. But speaking of that, let it be known right now that, we're not ashamed to tell you that, if you come to Solid Rock Church, we have a security team. We've had a security team for a while. And some people don't know how to handle that. There are still some people out there like, well, bless God, if you're of God and you're going to be protected, why would you need a security team? Well, because there's people in there.
Yes.
And there are demonic forces thank you for that super sticker, Vic. There are people that are wanting to harm Christians.
Yes.
And this right here is the guy that's with Turning Point. He's one of the best friends of Charlie Kirk, Pastor Miles. And this is what he's talking about on Newsmax when it comes to church security. Hang on.
Most sacred of our rights, and it's God given. First off, the right to worship freely is one of the most sacred of our rights, and it's God-given. And anytime you see an attack, regardless of what faith it is, on a house of worship, that is a tragic thing. And so our hearts and prayers are with them. This is something we have to be aware. I encourage every single pastor out there. You have to have security at your church. You have to be thinking about those things. I mean, we run metal detectors now on Sunday morning. I wish that wasn't the world we lived in, but unfortunately, here we are.
I mean, think about the world that we're in now, where you got to have metal detectors at church. Pastor Lucas Miles, Senior Director of Turning Point USA Faith and author of Pagan Threat, Confronting America's Godless Uprising, told Newsmax that Sunday's deadly attack at the Mormon Church in Michigan underscores the need for houses of worship to bolster security, warning that Christians worldwide are facing rising persecution. First off, the right to worship freely is one of the most sacred rights. It's our God-given right. And then he says, anytime you see an attack, regardless of what faith it is, it's tragic. Authorities said the shooting in Blaze began at 11:15 a.m. Sunday. 2 victims remain in critical condition. I think there's 4 dead now. So he says, I encourage every single pastor out there, you have a security team at your church. You have to be thinking about these things. Yes. Our brothers and sisters around the world who are Christians have been experiencing this for a long time. I can tell you about churches in Kenya where people have thrown hand grenades down the pews. I can tell you about churches in Nigeria, Congo, where they have had mass casualties as a result. The pastor added, Christian persecution has been warned about in Scripture. We need to be vigilant. We need to look for protection. But ultimately, churches have to really take ownership of their own security and be ready for anything and just keep trusting the Lord in the process. The question is, when is America going to wake up? This is a pagan infiltration. Jesus said in John 15 that they hate you because they hated him. And I think that's what we're seeing, an outpouring of this. This is the time more than ever to speak up and use our voice. Wow. Let me tell you what this is.
Wow.
This is truly us, and it is working to some extent. It is causing Christians to be afraid to go to church.
Sure.
And that's what it is. So families are making decisions. I want to go to church, but I'm telling you, it's so dangerous to go to church now. I'm going to stay at home, and I'm just going to worship the Lord here. And I'm not saying that you can't do that.
No.
But I'm saying that God, it is very important for you to remember that he said, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together as a matter of some is. Even the more so as you see that day approaching. Absolutely. So the Lord knew way back 2,000 years ago that when this thing starts winding down, it's going to be very tempting to be afraid, to be scared, to discredit, to deconstruct your faith, whatever, to get yourself out of church. But God said you need the body of Christ. You need people. People need people. It was God that said it is not good for a man to be alone. And he wasn't just talking about have a wife and a husband. He's talking about we need community.
Yes.
And the enemy is trying to scare us to death, whether it be ball games, concerts, going out to eat at a restaurant, your kids going to school and being safe, going to church. It's to isolate us in our home. And then when we're in our home and we don't have anybody else, then it goes to another level of control.
Absolutely. You're 100% correct. And, we've just got to move forward thinking things through because there has to be safety measures. Yes. But, there's an element of faith there as well.
Yep. So. Man, look at that. We are so close. We're trying to get 23,000 before we go off the air tonight. Come on. If you hadn't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe. We are growing as we're speaking. 22,851.
Can we do it?
So is that 149? Is that right? 149? Am I doing my math right? No.
No, that's right.
Okay. 149 away. 149 people. We need 149 people. Come on. That's you. I'm talking to you. Come on. All right. So, let us continue here. Oh, this is breaking news here. Mayor Eric Adams has dropped out of his reelection campaign in New York.
What do you think's going on there?
He's under the government just endorsed the communists. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has announced on Sunday that he is ending his quest for reelection, citing the constant media speculation and campaign finance board's decision to withhold millions of dollars, having hindered his ability to raise enough money. And he goes on to say that he says his administration has built more housing in one term than any administration. Crime is down, on track to have fewer shootings and murders, raised test scores. But despite all we've achieved, I cannot continue my reelection campaign. And he says, I hope that over time, New Yorkers will see the cities thrive under my leadership, blah, 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 blah. But what is the big story is his announcement comes as recent Suffolk University City View poll found that Democratic Socialist, really communist, and New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani held a 20-point lead over his former opponent, former New York governor. Yeah, I mean, what New York, what is up, New York? What is up? 45% of support from New Yorkers.
Oh.
They are about to, if there even really is a thing called mainstream Democrats, and thank you for that super sticker, Jaylene.
Yes.
The mainstream Democrats supposedly are freaking out over the thought of, what's his name, Mamdani, becoming the city mayor, because if he is, then they feel like that's going to hurt their reelection campaign and all this. But shouldn't it be more important than that you are electing, your city is about to elect someone that says the city should take over grocery stores and make all grocery stores just come in and get what you want for free? He actually said that. That's why he's getting elected, because people want a freebie.
Yes, of course. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
How did we get here? And there's no free lunch, so hello.
Well, we hadn't talked about BlackRock in a long time. Now, we did talk about World Economic Forum. And remember, Larry Fink is now the director, the co-director, the co-CEO, whatever you want to call it, of the World Economic Forum in place of Klaus Schwab. BlackRock is evil. I'm not saying all the people that work at BlackRock are evil, but I'm telling you the intention of BlackRock is a beast system. It is also a part of control.
Right.
They own more than anything in the world. Guess what they want to buy now? Power companies. How convenient.
Of course.
When AI's biggest thing that it needs is electricity and power, BlackRock is now buying up entire power companies, utility companies. Utilities are soaring because of the AI boom, and asset managers want to cash in. On everything from housing and education to gas pipelines, asset managers and private equity firms have been snapping up essential infrastructure at an alarming pace. And now they could be coming for your utility company. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is trying to acquire Minnesota Power, a regional utility company that provides power to approximately 150,000 people in the state. If it succeeds, critics warn, this could be far-reaching consequences for the community, potentially driving up already soaring utility costs and throwing a wrench in the state's decarbonization goals. There's no requirement that they pursue this clean energy vision that the current executives of Minnesota Power have laid out. We're going into this sale on promises without any teeth in the guarantee that it will actually be carried out for. Now, I'm going to show you a video. Before I do, I want to make a point. The leading advocate of the woke agenda, thank you, Saul. I appreciate that for that super chat. And I missed you, buddy. Good to see you, Saul. But is, the leading voice of wokeism was BlackRock and Larry Fink. And that we've got to force people into the new Green Deal. But lo and behold, AI's changed everything. They don't care about the Green Deal anymore. They want the money. So it's like, we're going to buy power companies. Forget everything we said about Green Deal. We need power companies so that we can manage AI.
Sure. And if they are successful in this first one or couple, handful, then a precedent is set. So I guess the government has no interest in coming in and not letting them become a monopoly the way they did the phone company years and decades ago. Didn't they, what was it they called all the
Bell?
The baby bell,
The
Ma
baby
Bell,
bell,
the
yeah.
baby
Ma
bells.
Bell. Had to break up Bell.
Broke it up. And did they do the same thing with Standard Oil?
Yes.
Way back decades ago.
Yep.
But that's a different thing and a different time for sure. But if this starts happening and they get a foothold and they just continue doing this, I mean, our power bills are already ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I do not want to be associated with that at all.
Dude, we don't, people that stays in our house, we had a couple stay in our house not long ago, and they told me, they was like, yeah, I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like, how did they survive? I was like, I'm sorry, you could have turned the air down.
Just adjust the thermostat.
But that's what we do. These people, you people out there that run your air at like 69. My unit would go into DTs. It would start jerking. What's happening? What's happening? I never get to run at 69. 68.
For sure. But that's just one thing. That's just one thing that's hitting individuals and American families. You know, we feel like we're under attack.
Yeah.
Because of all the inflation and rising prices.
Well, I'm going to show you the first few minutes of this video. This is really great. This lady here, I've just now started to follow her. She makes some really good things, and she talks about BlackRock. She covers it extensively. But listen to what she says.
Over who controls the basic necessities of everyday life. Almost exactly a year ago, we made a video about BlackRock. And remember how last time I was like, calm down guys, they don't own the whole world, it depends on how you define own, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, that video was about how they invest in stocks.
But what if I told you there's a whole other side to this story where they're getting a lot closer to controlling some of the most critical parts of our everyday lives?
Just 12 days after we released that video, BlackRock acquired Global Infrastructure Partners. And since that deal, they've been a lot more involved in infrastructure. You might have heard stuff like how they bought the Panama Canal. But now there's another deal you might not have heard about.
They're trying to buy Minnesota Power,
a company that owns this power plant and provides power to 150,000 people. This is a type of investment in what they like to call real assets, which is finance code for literally anything tangible. Basically everything we need to survive, like housing, infrastructure, and the land those things are built on. This is a test case for companies like BlackRock expanding into industries that we use every day. Things like water, hospitals, and electricity. And if they haven't already, they could be coming to your town soon. So why is BlackRock trying to change course, and what will it mean if they succeed?
Last summer, I scattered my wife's ashes on the South Quantico River. I don't want BlackRock to own it.
Yeah. So what she's saying is this is the beginning of just taking over every type of infrastructure. It wasn't that long ago we were talking about how they were building entire housing communities.
Yes.
BlackRock, and they were all rentals.
For rent. Yeah.
You could not buy a house. BlackRock owns several neighborhoods, complete neighborhoods, huge neighborhoods, and every house there is only for rent, and it's owned by BlackRock.
It's absolutely happening. And let's just add another element into this whole power, electricity story that we're talking about. A lot of homes, and I don't know what percent, already have smart meters on them.
Right.
So you want to let these evil so-called capitalists get a hold
We're not against capitalism.
Of the power infrastructure, and not only can they control, the pricing aspect of it, which will certainly go up higher, but for those homes that have smart meters on them, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know I say this all the time. You better find Jesus.
Yes.
You better because let me tell you something. Peace, you can't put a price tag on peace.
No, you cannot.
I'm telling you, when you got peace, when chaos is going on all around you and you got peace, that, I'm standing there watching our church burn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm standing there watching our church burn, and I was, of course, concerned. I was very upset, but I had a peace. I can't explain it. Come from God. And what's coming in this world.
Yep.
This is why we do this show. This is why we call it The Big Picture. Because there's more going on in this world than the chaos that we cover here. We're not fear mongers here. We're just trying to let you know this is a very real thing that's happening in this world. They have an agenda to take over your life, control you, but we have peace. We have peace, and that peace does not come from Washington, D.C. That peace comes from God.
Very good.
Come on. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Well, here's something that's going to get you excited. U.S. scientists have now assembled viruses that were designed by AI. They were shocked when they started hunting down bacteria and reproducing. Yeah.
They were shocked.
They were shocked. Yeah. So now we are allowing AI to create new viruses. Have we lost our stinking mind?
Yes.
We have.
We have lost our collective mind. Not anybody watching this show, the other people.
The other people, right. What scientists at Stanford University are doing sounds like the plot of a really bad disaster movie.
Yeah.
Viruses that are designed Designed. Not that they're trying to cure viruses.
No.
Viruses that are designed by AI. New viruses.
Brand new ones.
That are assembled by crazy researchers. And then those viruses start hunting down bacteria and reproducing. Needless to say, it doesn't take much imagination to see where the rest of this movie will go. I realize that all this sounds completely insane, but it is actually happening in real life. Our scientists really are assembling viruses that have been dreamed up by AI. Dreamed up by AI. I'm going to say it again. These viruses have been dreamed up by AI, and those viruses really are capable of hunting down and killing this E. coli. Scientists have created the first ever viruses designed by AI, and they're capable of hunting down and killing strains of E. coli. This is the first time AI systems are able to write coherent genome scale sequences. They wrote it. AI wrote it. The next step is AI generated life. I didn't get this far in this article when I saved this article.
Okay.
I'm seeing this for the first time too. Okay, I got to read that again. So for the first time, AI systems are able to write coherent genome scale sequences, said Brian He, a computational biologist at Stanford University. Quote, the next step is AI generated life. He said, although his colleague Samuel King adds that a lot of experimental advances need to occur in order to design an entire living organism.
But we're determined to get there.
We're not.
We're going to do it.
You better put that down as one of the nominees already.
Already got it.
Wow. We are bringing viruses into existence that have never existed before, dreamed up by AI.
Laura Furco says BlackRock owns Costco.
I've seen several people in there saying that.
Use.
I didn't know that. Ladies and gentlemen, what is our world going to look like 3 years from now?
What's it going to look like next year?
What's it going to look like by Christmas? This is crazy. I mean, crazy. Cray. This is
the Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
It's the Supernatural AI Update. If you're brand new to our channel, you're like, what in the world is going on?
What just happened?
This is when we talk about all things aliens, UFOs, AI,
paranormal, disclosure,
Bigfoot, disclosure,
all the good things.
All the good things. But then we tell you what they all are. They're all demons from hell to just try to distract you from Jesus.
That's right. But it's okay because we
got
keep
the
the
oil.
oil bottle close.
We got the oil. And by the way, this is when we also take nominations for the Golden Chicken Award. If you're brand new to our program, at the end of this program, we have votes for the Golden Chicken Award of the creepiest, weirdest show item that we covered tonight. Well, let us continue. We love to go to Instagram, and it seems like every week there's a new video that displays the fighting ability of robots.
We got kickboxing, dog walking, baby carrying robots every week.
Look at this. I mean, this robot's is programmed for defensive mode and for demonstration.
I see that.
But what if he just goes into offensive mode? You think this other dude that's kicking him has a shot against that robot if he turned on him?
Absolutely not.
There's no way. There's no look. He look at this, y'all. This is not a movie. This is not CGI. This is a real robot that has absolute combat skills. Goes on to say China's G1 humanoid takes kicks and full body tackles and gets up like nothing happened. It runs on, quote, anti-gravity mode.
What?
It runs on anti-gravity mode.
That's how he can jump back up so easily?
Yeah, gravity doesn't affect him.
He looks like a breakdancer.
He probably would be a mean breakdancer. Dude could do some breakdance. He'd be so much better than that girl from Australia. Remember that? That was hilarious. I wish I had a video of her.
What?
At the Olympics, when she was just like. And the judges were like, "Is this have we been?
Are you punking
Have we
us?
been punked?" But he goes on and said that it runs on anti-gravity mode using AI sensors and real-time balance control to stay upright under pressure. Every move looks smoother and more controlled than the last. From knockdown to backflips, this thing is starting to look less like a robot and more like a trained fighter.
What did you call that?
Anti-gravity mode.
Yes, but the anti-fall thing. What is that? Because I need that.
Oh, that's real-time balance control.
I need that real-time balance control.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh my goodness!
Would you get if they made that into a vaccine? Would you take the real-time balance control vaccine?
I have to think about that one. No, okay. No, I would not.
Here's more demonstration. More demonstration. Dude gets up in a second, but you can't win this battle. It's over. There's going to be armies of this. This is our robot.
They're already created. They're just waiting for their launch day.
Yeah, this is our robot, y'all. It's here. It's not coming. It's here.
It's Elon iRobot, right?
Well, that's a China. That wasn't Elon.
But he's making his own.
Oh yeah, his is, what is it called? I can't remember. But his is running the restaurants, and remember they're making the popcorn, they're making coffee for you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's why he's making robots.
That's all it's for, baby.
Yeah.
It's just to help you.
Vacuuming.
Yeah. Take care of the kids.
We're gonna wash the car. We're gonna take the trash out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's go back to 3I Atlas.
Let's do it.
This is what I was talking about earlier, and I was waiting for this part of the show.
We've seen it. We've seen part of this interview.
Well, he has the same background on like 10 or 15 different interviews.
Okay.
So you probably saw him on one of your people.
That's a background?
What I'm saying is this is his office. It's his office.
Bless his heart. He needs a robot to come in and spit.
But this ain't about robots. This is about 3I.
It's not about robots.
This is Dr. How you say her?
This is Avi Loeb.
No, I'm talking about the show.
Oh.
What's her name that was on?
Mayim Bialik.
She's doctor. She is a doctor. Did you know that she could be a brain surgeon? Because she has a doctorate in brain surgery.
Is that what her doctorate is?
Yeah, she's like a real doctor.
Did know she was very intelligent.
She's supposed to be like super intelligent.
Yeah.
So that's why they tried her out as Jeopardy's host, but I don't know if that worked out. Ooh. All right, so this is Avi Loeb. Is that who it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so he's going to explain why NASA can't explain 3I Atlas.
You floated the possibility that 3I Atlas is alien technology in order to distract us from the Epstein files.
Yeah, let's laugh about that.
My response to that is go to Amazon right now and purchase a 0.5 meter telescope, because that would allow you to see the object in the sky. I cannot really fake it. It's not something I can create with a Jewish laser. Because it's so far away, it's like 4 times the Earth-Sun separation. And the Hubble Space Telescope, the Webb Telescope are looking at it in the context of 3I Atlas. This is the 3rd interstellar object discovered on July 1st, 2025. And what was special about it, first of all, the brightness was so large that if you were to assume it's a solid object, it had to have a diameter of 20 kilometers. That's bigger than Manhattan Island, twice as big as the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. And it's just extremely rare. Okay, so I calculated, well, first of all, there should have been hundreds of thousands of Oumuamua-sized objects. That was just the size of a football field, 100 meters or so. And there are many more small objects than big rocks. But more importantly, the interstellar space can deliver a rock of 20 kilometers at best once per 10,000 years. If you take all the rocky material, pack it into 20-kilometer rocks, once per 10,000 years, you can get one to cross the inner solar system at the speed of 3I Atlas. And we saw it after 1 decade of surveying the sky. So that was unusual. And then more dramatically, the trajectory of this object is exactly aligned with the plane in which the planets orbit the sun, to within 5 degrees. And, that coincidence is 1 in 500. Okay, for it to lie exactly in the plane, it means that along its path, it can come very close to several planets. In fact, it comes very close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. And it wouldn't be able to do that if it came at an angle. And moreover, it arrives closest to the sun when the Earth is on the opposite side of the sun. So we won't be able to observe it. And that's the best point to make a maneuver using the sun's gravity. Moreover, it came from a direction in the sky that is full of stars. It's the direction of the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And so I was a co-author of a paper that said, is 3I Atlas alien technology? And of course, if it is alien technology, you can't do the calculation of the mass in rocks in interstellar space because this object is targeting the inner solar system. And, it will pass closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025. I got a text message the other day from someone who said that he is trading options on the volatility of the market with an expiration date of October 29th in order to make money. And I immediately thought, I don't know if there will be meaning to money if this object turns out to be technological after October 29th. If you want to take a vacation, take it before that date. Because who knows what will happen. Now, it could be a mothership that releases mini probes, that they come to Earth. The Galileo project that I'm leading is looking for unidentified anomalous phenomena, and we have now 3 observatories, and we will check if after October there is more activity. That would be interesting to check. But as of now, people, astronomers, what you will hear is the sort of the party claim that this is a comet. A comet, by the way, just like zebra is identified by its stripes,
listen to this.
You tell it by the cometary tail. Okay, that's what distinguishes a comet. And in this case, just yesterday, there was the first analysis of the image from the Hubble Space Telescope of this object. And guess what? There is no tail. But more importantly, there is glow in front of the object instead of behind it.
Yeah. It's got headlights. It's got headlights. You're not celebrating Halloween this year.
So he literally said they got a line in Vegas on this.
Yes. And he's like, if you're going to take a vacation, take it before the 29th of October.
Wow. Well, I did hear Dave Hodges say that Michio Kaku is pretty unnerved about this because it's very unusual and they don't understand it. I mean, he is like the top physicist in this country, isn't he? Known.
It's known, yeah.
Known. But, a lot of questions going on about this thing.
So what's your opinion? Is it a comet, or is it, you think it's a structure, or do you think it's a distraction and it's not even real?
I think my number one opinion would be that it is not a comet, that it is maybe a scout like a Oumuamua, something under intelligent control. Maybe it does have, what did he call those? Not drones, but other vehicles that will.
When you're talking about the mothership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, secondly,
if L.A. Marzulli gets in the live chat tonight, I'll freak out. But if he happens to watch this, he would take this back to that Super Bowl commercial. Remember that? He said he's convinced that was one of the rungs of disclosure when these motherships came in and nobody would even look up from their phones. Right. And then all of a sudden they communicated and everybody looks up and there's these motherships. Who
was the director? Scorsese?
Scorsese, yeah.
That was
in the back
being
seat.
Driven around in the back seat of the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my second thing would be that it's not even real. And but I don't see how that, if people can see this, if you're saying people are seeing this.
That's what he said.
And he also said that. Yeah. It just, comet would be my second or third,
But what he said is very alarming in the fact that every comet that's ever been seen and documented has a tail.
Yes.
That's what makes it a comet.
Right.
For this thing to have.
And they don't have a light in the front of them.
And the light has got brighter. They're saying it's getting brighter. What in the world? Now, I got to stop and we're going to go back to this, but I got to stop and comment. Aretha Flores just said, I got a letter from Alabama Power that they will be sending out drones in our neighborhood to read meters and maintenance checks.
What was that?
Yeah, we just heard a noise. Something in our house. It might be the vacuum starting.
No, it's not the vacuum.
Okay.
But anyway.
But look, let's think about
this. Is very interesting.
Has anybody else got that? Have we got a letter about Alabama Power?
No, I have not.
So is anybody's power company told them they're sending out drones now to read your meters and to check on maintenance?
Yeah, I would be very interested
That's
to know
insane.
that. Do you know, I think that insurance companies use, I know they use satellite imagery to look at roofs, your roof.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they use drones as well. And if other, utilities or companies and corporations are also using them, but man.
Yeah, that's why. Now, look, I don't know how many more times we have to say every week, what we told you was coming is now here. And then I have to adjust my timeline. I would always say, like, I'm probably this time next year. It is so fast what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is crazy. There is an actual huge digital, not real movie star that an AI studio chief says talent agencies are rushing to sign AI digital movie star Tilly Norwood. This is her. She's made several movies. Talent agencies are lining up, negotiating deals to book her for future movies. Look at me. Look at me. And she is not real. She doesn't exist. This woman.
We saw this coming. These poor individuals, these actresses, actors who were, was it last year? Just sometime last year, they were out
picketing
with their little signs.
Yeah. That they wanted to have some kind of contract to protect them from this. I'm sorry, it's not funny.
Do you think that they even was able to grasp at that time what the future was going to look like? And hello, the future is here.
They are calling her the new Scarlett Johansson.
That's great.
And she's not real. Ladies and gentlemen, Hollywood talent agencies have reportedly been looking to sign AI actress Tilly Norwood, the first creation of AI talent studio, I guess that's Zakosia, founded by actor, comedian, technologist Eline van der Velden.
What?
Is that right? Van der Velden. Eline van der Velden. The AI talent studio has set its sights on creating digital movie stars with Tilly Norwood as its first prospect. Speaking on a panel at the Zurich Summit this past Saturday, alongside Verena Poom, head of Luma AI's new Studio Dream Lab, LA, she said that the studios are quietly embracing AI. Quote, we're in a lot of boardrooms around February time, and everyone was like, no, this is nothing. It's not going to happen. Then by May, look how fast this happened.
Exactly.
In February, this is nothing.
No,
it's not going to happen. Then by May, people were like, we need to do something with you guys.
They had a Kevin moment between February and May. Wow.
When we first launched Tilly, people were like, what's that? And now we're going to be announcing which agency is going to be representing her in the next few months. According to Deadline magazine, the revelation just days after van der Velden officially announced the creation of Particle 6 Offshoot, an AI talent studio designed to create, manage, and monetize a new generation of hyper-real digital stars. Verena Poom agreed that studios are warming up to AI. I remember having meetings with the studios as an AI artist before joining Luma. Some said, oh no, we're not using AI. I knew some were lying. They were already secretly working on some stuff, but some were not open to it at all. They definitely this year, kind of like March, April, people called me and wanted to talk to me. They were discussing me being a liaison between directors and the AI artist. At that time, I was traveling around a lot and educating people about workflows and pipelines and how it can be integrated. And then all of a sudden, that was becoming very interesting to them. It was a different language to them. And they were like, we really have to get people from the outside that have worked with AI. Poom said that she is under an NDA about the type of AI projects studios are now employing behind closed doors. We really want to make them feel comfortable through their testing, through their projects and working on real projects. We want it to be their decision on when they want to say it out loud. But honestly, I think this year is going to be interesting. In the beginning of next year, there's going to be a lot of announcements.
I'll bet there will be. And imagine just how far-reaching this is. It's not just the actors and actresses who get affected. It's everybody who works in that studio.
Yeah.
The camera operators. It's the what do they call the food vendors that come in and bring the food?
The caterers.
The caterers. The people that bring the trailers to the lot for the people to stay in. Everybody who does everything.
But let's take it further. This is evidence that people who are customer service, people who are tellers at banks, they're going to have a screen in front of you and talk to you. I mean, this is evidence that
how about this?
Teledoc. Teledocs, yeah.
Teledoc.
Yeah.
These
Absolutely.
places that have where you can walk up to the screen, or I don't know, I guess you can call somewhere and have a video call with a doctor that's not real.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we've got a few nominees already, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But before we show you this next one that I got a feeling may end up winning, I'm saying this one's got the lead to win it.
Are you feeling pretty good
I'm
about
feeling pretty
it?
good about the next one. Has got the lead to win it.
Okay.
But let's just check on where we are on our subscribers. We're getting close, but we're still a little bit away.
Oh yeah.
Come on, come on, y'all. I know some of y'all are not subscribers. If you're watching this and you have not subscribed to our channel, hit it. We're trying to get to 23,000. It's at least by midnight tonight. Whether we don't get it,
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Midnight is a big parameter for us in this show. You guys probably had no idea, but
look at that. Look at that spike. That was one. That's 1 week. That shot. That's last week.
Yes.
And it's just amazing what
we
God is
make
doing.
predictions with each other sometimes.
Yeah. What do you think is going to be by midnight night? Because it's not about the numbers, but it's fun. It's fun. But it also, we're able to sort of gauge the growth of our family, because this is our family.
And we have grown.
Yeah, we have grown.
This channel has grown.
Yeah.
This particular show has grown. And hey, it's all about you guys.
People are asking if we're real.
Hey.
Ow! Could AI do this? Would AI do that? AI would not do that. AI would be like, that is not what I want to do something good.
Number one, AI would probably have no interest in doing that. But if it did, it would probably be a lot better.
Hey, babe, what? You saw greatness in me. What happened? What happened?
But I did not see greatness in your rapping.
Not rapping.
Your rapping ability. There's no greatness in your rapping ability.
This right here, this website, you go to the website.
This is greatness.
This is real. This is not AI. This is greatness. This is real. You need to go to LarryRagland.com and you need to become a partner, support our ministry. Don't forget, we're about to show you the winner. I'm telling you, I got a feeling this is going to be the winner of the Golden Chicken Award.
No chicken dinner.
So do not leave before we show you that. But yeah, I want you to go up to you see the yellow banner when you go to LarryRagland.com. You got prayer requests. We want that. We want you to send a prayer request. But then we want you to click on Get Your Free Gift. And when you do that, you're going to go to this page here and you're going to see the Burning Generation. That's the latest ebook. And that's going to be on there probably for a few more weeks. And then I got another one that I'm writing that will replace that. So I'm going to always sort of freshen it up about it every month and a half with new ebooks. But they're always going to be free to you right here on this part of the website. Just your name and your email. Join our mailing list to get private words that are going to come to our mailing list that we don't talk about on this show. But you're also going to get the free ebook called The Burning Generation, which is a very powerful, powerful book. So we want to encourage everybody to go do that.
Lainey Huey, I am counting on you being real. And if you've not already hit the like button tonight, this is a great opportunity.
Great opportunity. Hit the like button. And look, I know AI could probably do it, but do something real tonight.
Yes.
Do a real thing. Take your mouse and click that like button.
Let's
click
all
that
just
subscribe.
take one quick second here and everyone.
And do something real.
Hit the like button.
Show us that you're real. Type in the live chat right now, I am real. I am real. We want to know who's real tonight.
About to start getting plumb giddy in a minute.
All right, Sandy, you're going to love this headline.
That means I'm going to hate it, right?
Exactly. So in the worry about power, they need power. They found the solution. Let me come back off and just remind you that the former CEO of Google made the statement and said, the only thing that can stop AI taking over the world is power, electricity and power.
Access to it.
So they started talking about all the gigawatts. All these people are real. So we got real people. They're all throwing us in there. I'm real.
Thank you.
We got real people watching. They're not bots. Although bots, I'm sure, could type I'm real. But I don't think they can. They're not having a conversation with me right now. These are real people. I'm believing they're all real. But remember what he said, because they started saying, how is it possible? You're saying we need 30 to 40 new nuclear power plants and they take 10 years to be. He said, listen, what you're not factoring is the solution for power that AI will come up with that we don't know.
Yeah. What you mean is brand new solutions we're not aware of at this time is what you mean.
And who saw this one coming? Could I say the Matrix was trying to tell us something? Are living brain computers the solution to AI's biggest problem? It's not artificial intelligence, but actual intelligence.
Did we do a story a while back that kind of danced around
this? It's going to talk about what we talked about.
Good grief. I may have to leave the room.
Living neurons can solve profound problems while being 1 million times more energy efficient than silicon, one researcher tells this writer. But it's now a race for biocomputing to advance quickly enough to meet AI's vast power demands. In 2021, and this is what we talked about, a dish of living human brain cells figured out how to play the 1970s arcade game Pong.
You are creeping me
It just took 5 minutes
in a major way
for the collection of neurons called dish brain to learn how to move the paddle and hit the ball, marking the first time that a lab-grown neural network had ever completed a goal-oriented task. In a study publishing the following year, researchers at the Australian startup Quantico Labs said the breakthrough not only offered new insights in how the brain works, but could provide the platform for a new era of ultra-intelligent biological computers capable of thinking like a human. Quantico Labs referred to it as not as artificial intelligence, but actual intelligence. By combining real neurons with hardware, biocomputers have the potential to solve general tasks that current AI systems struggle with, while also requiring just a fraction of the energy. Hundreds of millions of years of evolution have made the human brain extremely energy efficient. The 86 billion neurons of an average brain require just 20 watts of power to function, roughly the same amount as an LED bulb. By contrast, the inefficient architecture of the current AI systems means that even simple tasks require massive amounts of power. Facial recognition, for example, requires thousands of times more energy for an AI to perform compared to humans simply recognizing a face. Goes on to say, 1 week before the Dish Brain study was published, OpenAI launched ChatGPT. The AI chatbot quickly became a phenomenon, breaking users' growth, blah, blah, blah. Continues, global energy consumption for AI has since risen tenfold, and estimates are that the growth rate expected to continue at least until 2030. They talk about all the growth. 10 gigawatts of computer powering is what it's going to take, the equivalent of Canada's entire data center capacity that covers everything from online banking to business operations. And then at the end of it down here, it says that, I think that's the end of the...
What did that say? That paragraph that starts with right there, the power requirements.
The power requirements could also set back green energy initiatives as companies force polluting power stations to stay online. They're talking about they're going back to coal to power AI. So all these dreams of a green future, they've thrown them out because of AI. But energy is this is what we're talking about when these AI people are saying, what's the biggest hurdle for AI? And he says, energy is the hardest part. Building data centers is also hard. Supply chain is hard. So they continue to say the alternative to seeking out huge amounts of power is change the status of silicon-based technologies by replacing digital processors with living ones.
God.
With human neurons, energy demands with plumbing.
Those
So that's the matrix.
those chips, there's we need so many of them.
Why not?
And we're just not going to have access to as many as we need. So we need another solution.
So why not just have some artificial, because we just did an article which says it's not long where the AI will be able to create human matter. So why can't AI just create an artificial brain that is a real brain, and we can plug some diodes into that brain, and then we just create all these brains. You go in this big room, and it's just like millions of brains just all operating independent of a body, feeding the computer. Nothing could go wrong. That's a great future.
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong with this plan?
Yeah.
I think I heard Steve Quayle say years ago that DNA is actually the most efficient form of storage.
Wow.
Information
Makes sense.
storage.
And they're trying to tap into that. That.
Of course they're trying to hack that. And then you talked about the Matrix. I mean, they were literally using the bodies as a battery.
Which is what we just read.
Oh, boy.
All right, what's the nominees?
All right, tonight's nominees are number 1, BlackRock Power Company.
All right.
Number 2, AI creates viruses.
Oh, God, that was a bad one.
Number 3, Tilly, the AI actress. And number 4, AI living brain computers. Are they the solution?
All right. So if you're a regular here, you know what's about to happen. If you're new, let me just tell you, I'm going to dance for you to a cool tune. And while I'm dancing, you're going to vote in the live chat. Start the voting now. Say them again, Sandy, real quick.
All right. BlackRock Power Company, number 1. AI creating viruses, number 2. Tilly, the AI actress, number 3. And AI living brain computers.
All right, let the voting begin. Here we go.
Go.
Hey!
Wow. Number 4 is blowing this out of the water. Come on. Oh, boy. We're going back to the 80s for sure.
One more time.
One more again.
So we got to get the votes in. We're almost done. Because I'm going to now mimic the fighting robot.
Oh, yeah. He was going to be a contender, but I had to remove him. Wow. I think we have a clear-cut winner here.
So we have a winner?
For sure.
All right. So we have a clear-cut winner. The winner of the coveted, it is, everybody wants
coveted.
it.
The
coveted golden chicken award is...
Number 4, AI living brain computers. Are they the solution?
And there you go.
Tonight's Golden Chicken Award. Thanks for voting. Thank you all for voting.
This has been another amazing show. Oh.
Go get any ideas. No chicken dinner tonight.
No comment. Hey, let's check real quick on the subscribers. Is it going up? Still going up. Going up.
Okay.
All right. So it went up just a little bit more. So this is where we're at right now. 22,856. We're believing God that by midnight, we're going to go over 23,000. And we're believing God. I'm going to go and go there. I'm going to believe God for 25,000 by next Monday.
Let's do it, babe. Come on. Woo!
Because we're building an army. That's what it is. We're building an army and a family that is, the remnant is rising. We are standing up against what the devil is doing. The devil is a lie.
Don't forget about Elevate Conference. Starts Wednesday, October 1st through October 3rd. If you show up, you can get one of these cool T-shirts and help us elevate the fire.
And I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be an incredible conference. It's at our church, solidrockchurch.com. Go. The information is there, solidrockchurch.com, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Renee Cannon said she learned stuff tonight, and that is our goal.
That's our goal. Mm-hmm. And look, we would love to meet some of you.
Yes.
I mean, that would be amazing. And so if you can, come down and be with us one night, 2 nights, whatever. Let's get a picture. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other because you're family. And so, all right, that's it.
All right.
We're ready to go. We always want to remind you.
I
always want to remind you, no matter what's going on, they're growing brains in dishes.
They're growing brains. It's a brain dish.
It's a brain dish. I mean, they got robots that can beat any man in fighting. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But you know what?
Anywho.
We ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. Good night, everybody. We love you. We'll see you next time on The Big Picture.
Help us build the Big Picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire Big Picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect on social media, and get on the Big Picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the Big Picture family, where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.